Over the last year, the Manitoba NCC team have been working alongside local landowners in the Interlake region to secure a conservation agreement on some pristine riparian habitat. The landowners, Cal and Elaine Cuthbert, have generously decided to donate this agreement to NCC and have welcomed this partnership with open arms.
Yeah, I'm Cal Cuthbert. This is obviously where my wife Elaine and I live, and we're actually situated right beside a waterway called Portage Creek.
As it turns out, the Cuthbert property isn't just where they live now, but also Cal's childhood home, which had been in his family for 4 generations. He and his wife Elaine were given this portion of the family acreage by his parents before they passed away, knowing that Cal and Elaine were interested in taking care of it. For them, being good stewards of Portage Creek has always been important.
We do go back to 1884 on this acreage, so you know there is an attachment here. Once I kind of realized we're going to have this area, I thought, well, you know, this is pretty nice because I like nature. I like bird watching and plant identification and stuff like that. So this was kind of a natural fit. Having a coffee in the front step or on the deck, and I always have these. These are a body part binoculars, never far from them, because you don't know what you're going to see and when you're going to see it and how you're going to see it.
For Cal, nature has always been at the forefront. He had a long career in conservation biology and is now happily retired in a birder's paradise, never far from his binoculars.
It's just a wonderful spot. Portage Creek flows into the Delta Marsh, a World Heritage Site, just to the north, several miles, and it actually acts as sort of a corridor, a migration corridor for a lot of birds. And so I mean, in this time of year, you can just walk around and there's warblers moving through, raptors, red-tailed hawks, broadwing hawks, so forth. And in fact, I've had 228 species of birds I've identified on this property, either on or from our 31 acres. And there's just a little over 400 species of birds have been recorded for Manitoba, so that's not horrible. Yeah, it's like I say, I kind of don't want to dwell on it, but for birds, I mean, this is a goal of mine. I mean,
well, dwell if you need to,
Slumber.
A walk through the property quickly reveals old-growth oaks, lush understory, and many species of warblers passing through. Not to be outdone by the cranes migrating overhead, however, Grumpy Gilmore the grouse is also sure to make his presence known. These old-growth oak stands provide not only the habitat for curious grouse, but also the inspiration for Cal and Elaine to place a conservation agreement on the property.
Well, the conservation easement, to me, is something that you're preserving for future generations. I think to fully appreciate, even entertaining the idea of having conservation easement, you have to be aware of what you're trying to protect. How valuable is it? Is it an endangered habitat? Is it a sentimental habitat, or a feeling towards your acreage or property, or a number of factors thereof? And with me, it was kind of all of the above. And something I could add too is Tim and Julie have been fantastic to work with. Like, they were kind of, when initially contacted NCC and then the rep came out, it was Julie, and so we meshed and hit it off right away. And I kind of at a moment where, I think we're doing it right. My wife and I obviously aren't going to be here forever, but we do want this habitat to be here forever, perpetuity. So I think that was kind of the driving force behind this. Is we have such a great diversity of plants, animals, birds, and so forth. Let's keep it that way.
Cal and Elaine are the kind of people that make the hard work of conservation not only possible, but enjoyable too. Their hospitality and generosity were instrumental in making this new partnership possible, and we are proud to have come alongside them to secure the legacy of Portage Creek for years to come.